Imagine this. A natural disaster strikes, and in the midst of chaos you rush to the store to buy essential supplies. But instead of finding relief, you're hit with sky-high prices. Bottled water that used to cost $1 is now $10. This isn't a dystopian movie. It's price gouging, and it happens more often than you think. So, what exactly is price gouging? Price gouging occurs when sellers increase prices of goods, services, or commodities to a level much higher than is considered reasonable or fair, usually during a crisis. Price gouging is not just a theoretical problem. It's happened many times throughout history. During Hurricane Katrina, gas prices soared. In the early days of the COVID-19 pandemic, prices for face masks and sanitizers skyrocketed. These are just a few examples of how price gouging can take advantage of people when they're most vulnerable. But is price gouging legal? Well, it depends. In many places, laws prohibit price gouging during emergencies. However, enforcement can be tricky, and the line between supply and demand pricing and exploitation can be blurred. From an ethical standpoint, most agree that exploiting people in their time of need is wrong. But some argue that high prices can prevent hoarding and ensure that scarce resources are allocated to those who need them most. Price gouging can have a significant impact on both consumers and businesses. For consumers, it can mean choosing between paying exorbitant prices or going without essential goods. For businesses, it can damage their reputation and lead to legal consequences. Some companies have been caught price gouging and faced massive backlash. For instance, during the COVID-19 pandemic, online marketplaces like Amazon and eBay had to crack down on sellers who were taking advantage of the crisis. So, how can you protect yourself from price gouging? Here are a few tips. First, be aware of normal prices for essential goods so you can recognize when prices are inflated. Second, report any instances of price gouging to the authorities. Many places have hotlines or online forms for this. Lastly, if possible, stock up on essentials before a crisis hits. Price gouging is a complex issue that affects everyone during times of crisis. While some argue it's a necessary evil in a free market, most agree that taking advantage of people when they're most vulnerable is simply wrong. As consumers, it's important to stay informed, vigilant, and prepared. Let's work together to ensure that during the next crisis we're helping each other, not exploiting one another.